can't stop the nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I should.
Hey Spotify, it's Justin Timberlake. Click the banner to hear the full track and more hits on Filters, top of the charts playlist.
Everybody say.
No money, no problem. Get your broke ass out on the dance floor and shake that shit. Featuring new club anthem by Galantis.
Not this
Cash Cash.
I know I need somebody, so I can.
And more. Throw down now.
Terrorists win. I got you twirling around. I've got the safest arms as you connect to the ground. Spinning around, I'm also spinning around. Tell me your favorite way to fly, no one can catch us now. Can you write me a note to say where we're gonna go? I'd like you to reply to mine. Before you put on a show, I just wanted you to know that for you I've got all of the time. You knew where I would be, and you never my eyes when it got cold. You knew I would be by your side. You used the night to your smile, and after we spoke for a while, I knew that we would be riding by
can taste it. A world without sour is boring. And we're not machines or mannequins, we're people. And we deserve to choose how loud we want our music and how sour we want our candy. There's a revolution happening, and it will not be sweet. Warheads, sour to the people.
First round's on us. Enjoy the biggest country hits in America, featuring Frankie Ballard,
Ain't it crazy, baby, how we got here? Oh, it all started with a beer.
Blake Shelton,
Till we can't remember what we came here to forget.
Randy Clark, and
So
more.
baby, if you want the girl next door, go next door and go right now and don't
Pop
look
that bottle now.
Lighthouse Dressing presents ingredient we don't use, but some room temperature dressings do. Potassium sorbate, also found in shampoo. Your hair tastes terrific. Find Lighthouse in the produce section, where real dressing should be.
Hello everybody, my name is iPeregrinus, and today I'm going to be bringing you a ESCA main match between CLG Red and Empyrean Esports. Gonna be going ahead and getting in here with the knife round. Frags flying back and forth, it's impossible to cast a knife round, and down to a 1-on here too, or 1-on-2 here for CLG Red. And now it's a game of cat and mouse, wild goose chase. Just trying to hunt down this last player. Oh, I love knife rounds. Yeah, not gonna go the way of CLG Red. Empyrean Esports will have the option to start on their preferred side. And it will be Empyrean starting out on the CT side. CLG Red starting things off on the T side. Seeing 4 armor here so far on the CLG side. 5 armor. A couple of players on the Empyrean side investing into a little bit of utility, but on the CLG side it's just armor straight across the board. Which would lead one to think that they're likely going to try a rush strategy somewhere or just engage a certain area together. A lot of spam coming in here for the CLG side. They'll be able to take quick control of the apartments and will be very quickly working their way out middle. Benita going to be opening up the game with a frag on the cow. Evil trying to hold his own from the pit here. Empyrean going to fire back with 2 frags of their own. CLG here, left with a man disadvantage. And trying to turn things around towards the B site. Shaw's here, spots the first, takes down both players pushing into this B site. Leaving Manta all on her own. Versus 4. One has to wonder why CLG Red didn't really commit to the A site after getting that first opening frag. Or at least being so headstrong into trying to push into something. throwing away what advantage they had. But again, a bit of a game of cat and mouse here for Empyrean as they try to track down this last player. Not really much here to do for Mansa. And Shaw will finish it off with a headshot, his 3rd kill of that round. Leaving CLG Red in dire straits in terms of economy, but will they even be going for the force buy here? It doesn't appear that they'll be investing much into this round at all. Okay, no, now we're seeing a buy come out. After the round had even started. Alright, so we're gonna see armor and pistols on everybody. On the Empyrean side, actually seeing a Nova shotgun, probably heading towards that apartments area. 2 UMPs, 2 FAMASs. Outside of the Nova, relatively standard. And CLG Red, putting a lot of focus over towards this alternate mid area. Likely going to try to take control of the apartments area again. Though not quite with the same amount of numbers as they dedicated to it last round. CLG Red starting to pull a bit of a rotation over from the counter-terrorists. And Cow here with the Nova shotgun. He's going to find the first frag. Still 2 more players coming from this arch area, as Empyrean trying to hold down the site. Frags flying all over the place, down to a 3-on-3. Benita's going to find... eventually going to find that kill with the FAMAS onto Cow. Go ahead and swap out that gun. 2-on-2 now. CLG managing to get the bomb down, bringing us to a 2-on-2 retake. Empyrean, still a little bit of utility left on Shaw's tree, but it appears Miss Harvey going on the aggressive, getting caught out by Oasis, leaving Benita all on her lonesome in the pit, and she's gonna go down. Miss Harvey getting a little bit reckless there, I believe. Alright, so we do have a pause here. At this point in the game, very likely that this is just a technical pause and we'll be right back into the game relatively quickly. So now we get to sit and wait, and talk about the buy and lack of a buy on either side, and not much else. Benita, the only one making any sort of impact for CLG Red thus far. Though admittedly the sample size is rather small. 4 frags for her. Giving her a little bit of extra money over her teammates, so she'll go ahead and invest into the P250 and flashbang. Empyrean, not very quick to buy into this round, so leads me to think that maybe the technical issue is on their side. Due to the way GoTV works, we cannot see the chat between the players, so if there is a problem, we don't know what it is. Alright, freeze time has been cancelled. We are live again. Never mind, I lied to you guys. I'm so sorry. Sue me. Alright. Freeze time has eventually been cancelled, and we see almost all the members of, or all the members on Empyrean upgraded to rifles as CLG push back onto nothing more than P250s across the board. Single flash on Benita and a single smoke on Mansa, but otherwise not much for them in this round. Has Empyrean looking very good in an economic sense. Well, at least in terms of the buy. In terms of economic buffer, not much to their names at this point. But CLG Red gonna be making a very quick push here into this B site, and Shawstree's gonna line him up, knocking him down like dominoes. 3 quick frags for him. Oasis still left on his lonesome in this B site. Gonna find the first frag. Only 1 player left remaining for CLG Red. And Cow gonna go jumping to the smoke, a la Stewie2K, dropping Benita. 3-0 for Empyrean Esports. And now finally CLG Red will be able to get the full buy. And because of the bomb plant that they got in the second round force buy, they will be able to get most of the utility that they like in this round. But the same, however, can be said for the Empyrean side, who have absolutely all the utility they could possibly want. Still a couple of FAMASs on their side, but CLG Red putting a little bit more early emphasis on the banana area. And Empyrean will give them that respect and give them the top banana area, but... Manta and Benita working together. Attempted to clear out the apartments slowly but surely, and nobody here from Empyrean really here to contend against them. Benita perhaps setting up to throw a little bit of a fake over here towards this mid area. Having a smoke ready as 4 players from the CLG Red side over towards the banana area. No rotations being pulled so far from the Empyrean side, though. Out goes the smoke. And I suppose that's all there is to this little bit of a fake here from CLG Red. Benita will find control of the mid area. Gonna be taking this fight against the player here as the execute comes in towards the B site. Benita able to sneak into CT spawn. But Shaw trying to hold down the B bomb site. Gonna wind up trading. CLG Red able to get the bomb down. Oasis will go down as well. 3 on 4 now. Oh, make it a 3 on 3 as Benita gets caught out in CT spawn. It's still a situation where things will probably wind up favoring CLG Red. D here in a bit of a cheeky position, finds the first frag. Tries to find the spray down, but not quite going to happen. Evol's going to shut her out of this round. Both CTs coming in from the garden area. Miss Harvey's going to find one. Trades flying back and forth, and Miss Harvey will find the quick double kill to secure CLG's first round on the board. And Empyrean, again, because of how heavily they invested into that previous round, not looking good in terms of money right now. But they will be able to go ahead and go with the buy. A couple of players on armor and 5.7, but 3 players on rifles can make that work. CLG only keeping 1 player alive in that round, so still not a lot of money to their names. And again, about the same level of attention over towards the banana side from CLG Red. Just playing the same default setup on this terrorist side. Oasis actually going for the peek over here to try to watch the boost. Trying to make sure nothing too cheeky happens. CLG Red. 2 members working out towards the mid area. Manta trying to take an engagement against this pit player, and the 2 of them are going to be able to spray KX down. KXT. Oasis getting a little bit overly aggressive there, trying to pull some kind of peek through the smoke. Perhaps he thought that was a one-way or something. But in any event, 5 on 3 now, favoring CLG Red. Benita, she's going to hear the gun drop. Manta trying to sneak into CT spawn. Will she hear the footsteps in time? Turns around, takes the fight against Cow. Now the A site relatively open. And CLG will be able to get the bomb down. Not much left for Shaw's Tree to do. Except for try to save the now AK. Upgraded from that M4. Or swapped out. CLG trying very hard to hunt this player down. Actually leaving nobody on the site in the process as Shaw's Tree gonna find a frag on the Manta. Trying to make this at least a little bit expensive for CLG Red. He's gonna find the second as well, spraying through the schools. But Miss Harvey will stop the madness and take the AK out of his hands, making sure he can't keep it into the next round. And CLG Red able to claim their second round, but because of how many players they lost, still not able to get a full buy with everything that they'd like. 1 player on a Max and 1 on an MP7, but it'll be alright as the Empyrean side forced onto an eco after losing those 2 rounds. That nade, not going to do too much. A little bit of damage on the D, but CLG Red just taking things very slowly. Trying to avoid too many engagements with these pistols. Potter going to open up the round with a frag on a Shaw's Tree. Man advantage now for CLG Red, but 2 players on their side relatively low on HP. and CLG Red gonna be trying to work their way slowly into this B site. Oasis is gonna find the single frag onto the 10 HP player before getting traded out, but now KXT all on his lonesome, really nothing to do in this round. Benita likely going to find him as he tries to cross into the spin area. Was all down to timing there. KXT had the idea, but Benita heard him, I guess. Heard him do something. As she has started to move there, so CLG Red evening things up after that lost pistol round and the resulting 2 lost eco rounds. Potter keeping the MP7 into this round, actually. An interesting decision. Empyrean able to get a decent buy, not quite everything that they'd like, but at the very least putting everybody on rifles and at least some utility, but 4 of the players on this side will be very vulnerable to Potter with her MP7. As that'll be doing a ton of damage, assuming she lands any headshots with that. So I suppose the SMG stays relevant. All 5 members of CLG Red over either in the apartments, and Manta actually exposing herself with the bomb, but the push is going to come out here for CLG Red. It's actually absolutely going to get shut down. Benita coming in from the back. 2 on 3 now against CLG Red. But it does seem they'll be able to get the bomb down. Potter is able to upgrade to the AK. Benita, a bit of a weird position here in the graveyard area. Gonna spot the player. Doesn't quite take the fight, though. Takes the frag against Oasis, but is gonna get caught in the back by Shawstri, and now Potter is all on her lonesome in this site. And she's gonna try to engage, but Shawstri, too fast. Too quick. As Empyrean will be able to finally claim a round back after the 3-round loss streak. 4-3 now. CLG Red looking decent in the money. If they lose this, they'll probably be forced onto an eco, but still able to break out relatively full buy. Rifles all on everybody. And decent amount of utility. On the Empyrean side, KXT having to downgrade to that FAMAS, but otherwise the buy is looking pretty solid on their side. Just about all the utility they would want, and full rifles on everybody. Nades flying back and forth, and D's gonna eat one. Drops to 56 HP. Empyrean looking to stretch this round lead a little bit. But Manta gonna find the frag into KXT, countering the aggression into the apartments. Manta, she's gonna be looking for more here, but not really much for her to find, as both players hiding back towards the site. But a rotation is coming out for here for the Empyrean side, heavily favoring the A site. Just a single player on B, left all on his lonesome. Benita taking the fight with Oasis, and she's gonna win it. Cow going for the repeak, and Benita will drop. But the bomb is actually heading back towards the A site, and there's still 2 players on here for the Empyrean side. So they can hold this down. Evol takes the first fight. Misses the following shot, but he'll be able to get away relatively safely. And CLG Red again running this bomb back with only 30 seconds left on the clock now. The final player from Empyrean Esports starting to rotate over towards the A site, but doubles back, sitting in the construction area. CLG Red, they've got to move quickly here. 15 seconds left on the clock. Shawstri, he could lock this round down on his own. He's going to find the first and the second. Potter still having enough time to get the bomb down, but it's a 1-on-2 against her. Cow and Evol engaging together. Potter peeking out. A little bit overly reckless there. And Empyrean will claim their 5th round. CLG Red's money. Not looking too good, I'd imagine. No. That's an eco. Forcing CLG Red on the eco and allowing Empyrean to stretch this round lead out a little bit. And it'll be P250s across the board here for the CLG Red side. Only a little bit of utility to their names. Four players over here towards the alternate mid area. And again, same standard setup from Empyrean, 3A, 2B. Nothing too crazy. CLG Red playing this very slowly, but the nades start to fly out toward the mid area. And CLG Red will be able to find the first frag of the round, but it'll be traded back as KXT finds two more of his own. 3 players remaining for the CLG Red side, trying to work their way onto the safe site. But Evol spots 1, spots 2. And Benita, not much for her to do, as Evol will pick up his 3rd frag of the round. Keeping 4 players alive for the Empyrean side. Money looking relatively good on their side. But CLG Red able to get a full buy again. We'll be trying to claw their way back into this one. Shawstri a little bit more aggressive over towards this banana side than previously. Holding up at the, But as I say that, 2 players out from balcony from the CLG Red side. Frags flying back and forth, 4 on 3 now. Benita over here towards the safe site all by herself. Trying to take this fight with this player on the A site. She'll find the frag eventually. And CLG Red able to get the bomb down due to some heroic plays from Manta and Benita. Oasis will go down. And Shawstri, highly unlikely that he could really make much out of this. But he'll find the first frag on the D, and turns around, finds the second one as well. Benita going down. Potter, all on her lonesome here in the pit. Shawstri does have the kit, so if he finds this frag, he has enough time to defuse. Gonna tap the bomb once. And that's the 10-second mark. He'll go ahead and run away, and Potter will claim this 1v1, but she will go down with the bomb. CLG Red winning the round, but not having enough money to even get a full buy on all of their players the following round, due to the fact that they lost everybody. And Empyrean forced onto a bit of a shaky buy. We'll be able to get a couple of rifles across their 5 members. Actually, being very slow to buy, only getting everything bought after the round began. Two pistols on the Empyrean side. Not having enough money to go for the full rifles. Miss Harvey as well, due to the economic limitations. We'll just be playing with that Galil. And very little utility on the CLG Red side, but Potter going to take this fight over at mid. Cow getting a little bit zealous there. And Dia's going to find one of her own as well. 5 on 3 now favoring CLG Red. And CLG Red even able to sneak a player into CT spawn here. Is the player from the B site going to realize this? No, Potter will catch him in the back. And that's a free open bomb site for CLG. Benita lurking over here towards the A site. Going to find the first frag onto KXT. Evol left all on his lonesome. A deagle and a dream. But the dream is not to be. Benita will close out the round, making it 6-5. Favoring Empyrean. CLG Red trying to claw their way back in. Keeping 4 players alive there as well. And again, Empyrean will be forced onto this eco here. Nothing but USPs. Okay, so we will see 3, 4, 5 upgraded pistols on the Empyrean side, but still can't quite contend with the full armor, full equipment AKs. CLG Red putting a lot of emphasis towards banana this round. 3 players up there. Bomb, however, is not with them. Empyrean staking a player through the T apartments, actually. May be able to work his way behind the CLG Red players. But the execute will come in towards the B site. And they'll try to work their way in as Shaws will open up the round with a frag on the D. Evol here with this with this lurk, this flank. Gonna find a frag on the Manta. Potter will, however, trade it back, and CLG Red not committing to this. Man advantage actually swinging in favor of Empyrean Esports after those few traded frags, but Benita and Miss Harvey will change that very quickly as Miss Harvey finds a double kill of her own. Cow all on his lonesome. Fighting two players at once, he will go down. CLG Red looking a little bit shaky there in the middle of that round, but able to bring it back and close it out. 6-6 now. And the Empyrean side, again, able to get the full buy going for them. Not quite all the utility that they would like, but now is the time when they need an answer for what CLG Red has been doing. And KXT with a little bit of aggression towards the apartment. It's going to find a quick double kill, giving a very nice man advantage to Empyrean, and I guess that is the answer. CLG Red, all three players out the mid area. The bomb will go down at the arch side as Manta trying to claw her way back into this round, but Potter and Manta in a 2-on-4. Potter trying to sneak her way over towards this B site and find this player over here, but Shawstree will catch her in the back. Manta all alone versus 4, trying to recover the bomb, but Oasis will not allow it. Empyrean pull ahead of CLG Red. And Shawstree with an absolutely massive performance so far. 20 frags in this half, just hard carrying his team. The rest of his team just sitting on less than 10 frags. Frag distribution, while not much better, is a little bit more even on the CLG Red side. Benita top in the scoreboard at 13 frags, but everybody else about 5 or 6 frags behind. Finally, we're seeing an op in this game as well, CLG Red go for the boost and Oasis is ready to counter it. Manta will go down basically for free as Shaw's picks up yet another frag as D tries to work her way into that site. CLG Red just trying to take these fights one by one, and it's not working out for them. Five on 3 now, favoring the Empyrean side. CLG Red in desperate need of an answer, a way to claw back into this round, and well, single player with a rifle coming up on their back, and they don't seem to realize that at all. Benita's gonna get shot, but no! Benita snaps around, quick 180 to take out Evil. She'll drop to 9 HP and Miss Harvey down to 73, but Benita very quick to turn around and find that frag. That nade's gonna do a good bit of damage to Potter, but won't quite be enough to finish her off as CLG Red, 30 seconds left on the clock, getting ready to group up and head in towards this B site, but as the smokes get deployed, they will be mollied out and smoked out eventually, but they will be just charging through the smoke. Frags flying back and forth, and Potter left all on her lonesome in a 1-on-2. We'll be able to get the bomb down, however. And we'll likely have enough time to get it into a better after-plant position. Leaves herself exposed as she chucks out that Molotov. Goes for the repeat, misses a shot you wouldn't expect a competent operator to miss. There is a better one. Drops KXT. Tries to flash out Cow, but he's ready for it. Dodges it, and will win the 1v1 for his team. 8 plays 6 now. Empyrean Esports looking a little bit better towards the end of this half. We'll be going into the last round of the half here, and CLG Red not looking that good on the economy side of things. Gonna be forced onto likely, okay, 2 Galils and 3 pistols on their side of things, and Empyrean with the full buy. And we'll be seeing the op on Oasis this time, as opposed to having it in the hands of Potter. The Empyrean finally in a place where they can afford it just because they picked it up. CLG Red playing this very slowly, not really opting to get too much advanced map control. A little bit of a peek into the apartments, but beyond that, nothing too major, but Iberian letting them have the top banana area, nobody holding the angle from car or from the way into the B-bomb site. As 4 players from CLG Red will be grouping up here. Highly likely that we'll be turning this into a site hit. But no, the nades start to fly out and the CLG players start to back off. Bob will stay in the banana area though. CLG Red indecisive. Players going back and forth. 45 seconds left here on this clock. CLG Red plenty content to run the time down a little bit before eventually trying to take one of the bomb sites. And Empyrean actually rotating a 4th member over here towards this A bomb site. 30 seconds left here on the clock as CLG will finally be trying to make their way into this B bomb site. Single player here all in his lonesome. Will he even be able to find a single frag? No. 5-on-4 now, favoring CLG. And a little bit of confusion as one of the members tries to pick up the fallen weapon, but get everything sorted out. Oasis here. Slowly peeking out. Won't quite find anything yet. As this retake attempt will come in from Empyrean, but Manta finding 2 frags of her own in this round. Will finally be traded out, but 2-on-4 now, favoring CLG Red, and yeah, they will claim the round. 8-7 now. As we go to halftime. Relatively reasonable score, but Empyrean maybe kicking themselves a little bit. Definitely could have done a little bit better. But now we wait and see what they have in store for us on the T side, as we wait for the second half to go live. Evol playing a beautiful serenade for us on those bells. I love it. Don't quite know who or what we're waiting on, as I cannot see who's readied up and who isn't. GoTV is so helpful for these things. But I am curious to see how CLG Red will be playing their CT sides, as T sides were highly based around just taking individual fights as opposed to a lot of team cohesion. I wouldn't quite call it puggy, but it was definitely a rather loose play style that they were employing. Relying on Benita to just frag out for him, I guess. But we will be going live with the second half here. 7 plays 8 as Empyrean Esports looking to extend their lead by winning this pistol round and putting themselves in a good position to eventually close this game out. Shaw's Tree, all eyes will be on him for this half as he puts out some very dominant numbers in that first half. CLG Red, a little bit of aggression towards the banana area, but actually some aggression towards the apartments as well, as D will get punished for it. CLG Red able to shut out Banana from the terrorists, but they're just going to continue to push through. This is reckless, and Empyrean will be able to punish it very easily, as the numbers will heavily favor them now. 5-on-2 now. Single player over towards the B site, and while that player is now all on her own. Miss Harvey versus 4. And while there's not much for her to do, she'll just get tapped out by a cow. 9 plays 7 now for Empyrean, and that puts them in a very good spot to try to extend this lead over CLG. And again, I've got to point out CLG just getting really just overzealous in that banana area. Having full control of banana and just continuing to push. I don't really see the rhyme or reason behind that. But we will be seeing 3 rifles, 2 UMPs from the Empyrean side, as Shaw's Tree will open up the round with a frag on the Potter. Pad those stats, anti-eco kills, easy, and well, easy headshots it is. CLG Red, still 2 members on this B site though, as they decided to go with the 4 stack over here, if you even want to call it a stack. considering two of those players just essentially threw their lives away, but... D. Not spotting anybody in mid. Will CLG realize that the hit is coming in here towards this B site, and while Miss Harvey will open things up on the shot. Picking up a UMP. Evol trading it back, though. Empyrean pretty fearful of any potential flank, but will they spot this player over here in alternate mid? On top of the hay wagon, and well they will. KXT shutting D out of the round, and Benita now all on her own. And while she's been the top performer for CLG Red so far, this is... Pulling this off would be nothing short of absurd. And, well, it doesn't seem that that's the plan at all for her. Benita more than content to just hold on to this UMP into the next round. Empyrean able to extend this lead to 10-7. As CLG Red failing to hold on to the bomb sites of the mortar pistols. And keeping 4 players alive, this is looking very good for Empyrean's economy. And that will be the pause coming in. Presumably... Well... I guess it could be a tactical pause at this point. Of course, I can't see the chat. I don't know the precise reason for the pause, but... Given the point that the game is at, I'll assume it's tactical on the side of CLG Red. But no, it will be cancelled, so maybe just a quick technical problem. Don't know. CLG going back to a little bit more of a standard setup, favoring the B side a little bit, but single player for the CLG Red side, pushing very far into this apartment area. I think she's just sitting in dark room, however. Waiting for any potential terrorists to try to come to take control of that area, but... Benita, the only one with any semblance of, equipment on the CLG Red side with the UMP and armor. The rest just on upgraded pistols. Empyrean seemingly setting up a bit of an execute towards this B site. Smoke comes out. Benita debating on charging through it, but seems at this point she'll decide against. As Empyrean trying to work their way onto this B site. Frags flying back and forth, and Benita will find 2 kills with the UMP. Miss Harvey found one of her own as well, and that'll be the bomb down for the Empyrean side. KXT all on his lonesome. He'll find the first onto the Benita, though. And the bomb site will essentially be gifted to him at this point. And whether or not he realizes, I do not know, but he will have plenty of time to get into any after-playing position he'd like. And while he's trying to take this first fight against Manta, but he runs out of bullets, tries to reload out in the open. And Potter will claim this eco round for CLG Red. That's actually a huge round to win. Because now their money will be looking very good. Over $6,000 on every player. And yeah, over 7,000 on several. Empyrean, however, still having plenty enough money to buy into this round. We'll have enough money to put an op on whoever they like if they choose to do so, but we'll just be full rifles across the board. Shawstry so far putting up 25 frags. Seems like he's on lock to reach that easy 30 bomb. Empyrean trying to take control of the banana area, and CLG Red will be, for the most part, gifting it to them. Manta looking like she's setting up for a peek down banana with this op, as her teammate on the site had a flash ready for her, but... Very slow play coming up for both sides. Neither side really getting too aggressive towards one another. Nade over toward Banana will deal a little bit of damage to Evil and Shaw's, but... at this point, just a waiting game. Little under a minute under the clock now. On the clock, rather. As Empyrean, not really dedicating to any part of the map yet, as far as getting map control. But as I say that, 2 of the members slowly pushing out of the mid area, and they'll be able to gain control of it. Bomb slowly working its way back. 40 seconds left on the clock. Empyrean likely going to be working this into an A-site hit, and CLG Red not really having that much of an idea as to what's going on. Empyrean not really giving them that much information, and actually a player is rotating over to the beat side for CLG Red, as the hit on the bomb site will eventually come in. 20 seconds left on the clock. KXT gonna find the first frag on the Benita. Frags flying all over the place, and it'll be a 4-on-2 now, favoring Empyrean. A little bit of a bad read from the CLG Red side as that player started to rotate over towards the B site. And, D and Harvey, just gonna be holding, Miss Harvey, just gonna be holding on to these M4s. Empyrean, not overly keen on going to hunt, but sending a couple players out to try to scout out where these last remaining CTs are. Actually, they're leaving the bomb site completely open. Granted, at this point, highly unlikely that any CLG player could get over there, but pet peeve of mine personally, never leave the bomb alone. But Empyrean will take it. 8 plays 11. And CLG Red still having enough money to buy into this if they choose to. Will at the very least be able to get FAMASs. But Potter will be going for the op. Empyrean, though, looking relatively solid on the economy. A little bit of leeway, but in this particular round, they'll be able to get just about everything that they want. Full nades on everybody. Life is good right now if you're an Empyrean player, and well, Benita going for a little bit of aggression down middle. She's going to find the first frag onto Oasis and be able to get out relatively safely. Man advantage now for CLG Red. Empyrean again going for a little bit of control over towards this banana area, but not quite committing to anything just yet. Couple of nades checked out towards the mid area as bomb will be working its way back towards the A site slowly but surely. But again, Empyrean not quite committing yet here. Just over 50 seconds left on the clock. Again, CLG Red almost thought that they would make the same mistake of rotating a player over a little bit too early. But the hit from Empyrean will come over towards this B site. Potter out in the open, just gonna get tapped out by Cow. Still 2 players left in the pit here for CLG Red. And it'll be down to them to hold this bomb site down until their teammates can rotate over. Trades going back and forth down to a 3-on-3, but KXT finding the frag into Benita, and Miss Harvey now again left all by herself. And not much left for her to do other than run away and save this M4. Her attempt to flank from mid, I think, was too little, too late. As Empyrean will be claiming this round. And CLG Red likely forced onto a little more than a force buy in this following round. Certainly won't have enough money to get rifles or anything like that. Empyrean, though, keeping 3 players alive. Good on them for doing so. So again, Empyrean not really opting for an op on any of their players, but CLG Red side, just a couple of upgraded pistols and a flashbang on Manta, but Miss Harvey, the only one with any real equipment, just trying to play around her and perhaps facilitate her to get a couple of frags in this round, do some economic damage to the Empyrean side. Evol Giving his teammate a death glance for flubbing up that Molotov. Evol predicts the position of Manta and checks the Molotov out accordingly, but will get himself traded. Empyrean walking into a relatively open A site. Benita, the only one here to contend it. And Shawstree. Just drop her like she's nothing. 27 frags for him now. Perhaps not the same level that he was at in the first half, but still picking up plenty for his team. 2 players left here for the CLG Red side, and they'll be more than content to just hold on to this AK. But Empyrean putting a lot of effort towards hunting these last 2 players down. 3 players up the banana right now. D gonna find the frag onto Oasis to pick up a second AK for herself, but she will eventually get found out, and Potter will be the only one to take the rifle into the next round. And as I say that, she trades herself 1 for 1, doing a little bit of economic damage, but losing those incredibly valuable AKs at this point in the game. 13 plays 8 now. Empyrean looking very good against CLG Red. And on the CLG Red side, just rifles across the board. A single from us. No ops in sight as they've been economically limited, but Manta will open up the round with a quick frag onto Evol. CLG Red. Hopefully able to capitalize off this man advantage, try to find a way to close this gap a little bit that Empyrean has created. Only winning a single round so far on the CT side. Empyrean seemingly setting up for a little bit of a mid-take, as 2 of the players for CLG Red getting a little bit aggressive towards the banana, but Shawstree gonna punish the first player. Still 1 left at the sandbags to contend with. And the bomb not dedicated to any particular area just yet. Rotation towards the B site starting to come out for CLG Red. As Miss Harvey will find the first frag, but get traded out by Oasis. Bomb will be spotted. 40 seconds left here on the clock. And Empyrean backing up, but Cow finding a frag on the opposite side of the map. Anita now all by herself here on the safe site. Versus 3. A little bit of a cheeky position. May be able to capitalize off this a little bit, but no, Cow is ready for it. And Empyrean able to get the bomb down. Potter just running for despawn to save that gun. Empyrean, I would imagine, probably gonna at least send out somebody, maybe 2 people to try to track them down. Deny her the AK. Shawstree just 1 frag away from the 30 bomb. Granted, many of those kills I'd imagine were anti-eco kills, but even still, absolutely nothing to slouch at. 14 plays 8 now, and CLG Red desperately need an answer to Empyrean Esports. And even the buy is getting desperate. Swag 7 on Miss Harvey. And 2 5.7s. Empyrean still more than content with just the 5 rifles set up. CLG Red holding the banana area from the car and sandbags. Perhaps trying to switch things up a little bit to throw Empyrean off, but so far it's just been, this T side has for the most part just been Empyrean punishing the aggression for the CLG Red side players as well. Just been handling the aggression really well. Capitalizing off of it and getting several frags as a result, and as I say that, CLG Red just seemingly aimlessly pushing against these terrorists. Now a 4-on-2 now. D again, just continuing the mindless aggression. We'll be able to find one, but her position has been compromised, and she's all by herself. Shantstree, easy 30 bomb. Empyrean Esports now on match points, 7 match points to their name. CLG Red just looking completely lost on the CT side. A Scout, 2 Mag 7s, FAMAS, and a single M4 on Bonita. Shawstreet just picking up some more easy go frags. Or at least anti-force by frags. 2 players here in the apartments. Is Oasis gonna catch one? He will, but Bonita will be able to 180 quick enough to shoot him in the back and find a second frag onto Shawstreet as well. 3-on-3 now. Though CLG Red, has to be said, is still at a disadvantage due to their lower quality weapons. And well, Bonita gonna catch out Cal all by himself, but KXT will be able to trade it back. A 2-on-2 now. A FAMAS and a Swag 7 trying to retake the A site for the game. Evil spots out both players to the CLG Red side, can make the call accordingly. And Miss Harvey down all by herself. Mag 7, 1 versus 2 for the game. Gonna find the first frag onto KXT. Still one more to find, and she's gonna go for the spray and be able to close out the round. And if only by clutch play, CLG Red find a way back into it, if only just 1 round. Still 6 more round wins required from the CLG Red side. 6 rounds where no significant enough mistakes are made. And given the way they've played so far in the CT half, I don't see it happening. I'll be frank. Shawstreet absolutely punishing the CLG Red side. 32 frags so far. Very stand-up performance by him. Bonita going for a little bit of aggression towards the apartments this time. Even going so far as to push down the stairs. And Cal won't be really expecting it as he'll go down. Bonita, knowing her own limits, falling back to the bomb site, keeping the man advantage for CLG Red. Three players over towards the banana for Empyrean Esports, able to get control of the top banana area. Perhaps trying to find a way to get back into this round, despite the man disadvantage now. And it does seem like the execute will be coming in towards the B site. They'll be charging through the smoke, and Miss Harvey over on the other side. Gonna find 1, 2, knocking him down like dominoes. 1 player left over there in the banana area. Make it 2 now as the final teammate for Empyrean has finally rotated over. But as Oasis running back to mid to, I guess, run up the bomb towards the A site, will get dropped. And now KXT. An AK, 5 kills in a dream, but the dream is not to be. Miss Harvey eventually shutting him out of the round. CLG Red closing the gap to 5 rounds. Still needing 5 more just to even bring it to overtime, though. Should be noted. CLG Red trying to fight, but still a good long way to even getting anywhere close to overtime. CLG Red finally getting a little bit of an economic foothold. Full buys on both sides for them. And again, Empyrean playing this very slowly. Not the same level of aggression we've seen in the past from CLG Red, starting to pull themselves together a little bit, but Empyrean will be able to take control of the apartments area. Bomb still not committed anywhere. Little over a minute left on the clock. And Empyrean already used up a sizable amount of their utility. Bonita will get dinked down, though. Some damage traded cow on 9 HP. And it does seem Empyrean will be eventually committing towards this A site. 4 players over here for the T's. Just a single grenade thrown out over to the B site, trying to keep CLG Red at least a little bit honest, but they've rotated this 4th player over towards the A site. Seemingly ready from this hit coming in from Empyrean. Empyrean. 4 players out in the middle area, trying to work their way up the short side of A. Frags going back and forth, now a 3-on-3. And Empyrean will be able to eventually get control of the bomb site, but time down to less than 10 seconds. Still a player left in the pit for Empyrean to contend with. Evil will be able to drop her, though. And Evil drops Miss Harvey as well. Closing the game out. Auto Director staying stuck on Shaw's tree, I suppose, because of a superb performance. 33 frags in that game. Good game all around, but CLG Red, for the most part, just looked completely lost on that CT side, pushing relatively aimlessly. And that'll be just about it for the night. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. My name has been iPeregrinus, and I'll catch you guys later. Go ahead and hit that follow button if you'd like to see more of my low-level casting of all divisions of VSEA below professional. Again, thank you and have a good night.